Ojin boys keep terrorizing Machala City, and the police quest to apprehend them have always resulted to a dead end. Stephen grew up in hardship. He was raised by his widowed mother in a crumbling mud house at the edge of a city called Machala. She sold vegetables in the markets, worked on people's farms, and sometimes starved just so her son could eat. Stephen loved her, but poverty made him restless. At times, he quarreled with her. At times, he blamed her for their misery, but she always forgave him, always saying, "Stephen, you are all I have. I will do anything for you." When Stephen became a young man, he fell into the company of friends whose group were called the Ogene Boys. They promised him quick wealth. They were highway robbers, feared along the lonely roads. At first, Stephen resisted, but hunger and desire overcame him. Soon, he joined them. Their robberies brought him plenty of money. He returned home with food, clothes, and fine wrappers for his mother. He even began repairing their leaking roof. His mother, amazed, asked, "Stephen, where does all this come from? You disappear for days and return with wealth." He smiled and lied. "Mama, I work with foreign investors in town. They pay me well, don't worry." Though uneasy, she trusted him. She was just happy to finally see her son bringing comfort into their lives. But fate turned bitter one day. Stephen and his gang lay in wait along a stretch of the road. Soon, a passenger bus approached. With shouts and gunfire, they blocked the road, forcing the driver to stop. Stephen, caught in the fever of the moment, fired his rifle wildly into the air and towards the bus windows, just to terrify the passengers. Screams filled the night. The robbers ransacked the bus, collecting money, phones, and jewelry. Stephen's heart raced with the thrill of power and greed. When the bus was finally emptied, they disappeared into the forest, dividing their loot. But as Stephen wiped the sweat from his face, his eyes fell on something by the roadside, a piece of cloth, familiar and brightly patterned. His mother's favorite wrapper. His stomach tightened. His hands trembled. "No, it can't be," he muttered, rushing back toward the abandoned bus. There, among the wounded and the dead, lay his mother. She had been a passenger on the very bus they had attacked. A stray bullet from his reckless shooting had pierced her chest. Her eyes were open but empty, staring into nothingness. Stephen collapsed beside her body, shaking her, crying, "Mama, Mama, wake up! It's me, Ade, don't leave me!" But she was gone. His friends shouted from the trees, "Stephen, leave her! The police will be here any moment. Let's go, before we are caught." But Stephen couldn't move. His gun slipped from his hand, and his tears soaked her blood-stained wrapper. The same woman who sacrificed everything for him, the one he claimed he wanted to make comfortable, had died by his own hand. In that moment, Stephen realized the true cost of his choices. The riches, the food, the clothes, all of it was nothing. He had killed the very reason he wanted wealth in the first place. And before long, the wail of police sirens echoed through the night.